Hello YouTube and the comic book community. I just thought I would do a video. I see a while ago people were posting on YouTube their 50 comic books in their collection. So I thought I would show my 50 comic books. I did this a couple of years ago. It's been a while since I've done this video, so I thought I would show you my 50 comic books that I have in my collection now. I've probably missed books. I didn't even get to my Thor and Hulk collections, to be honest. So I've missed some books out, I know that for a fact. But this is my top 50 American comic books. I probably will do a top 50 UK comic book collection video at some stage as well, I think. So yeah, there is some books. This will be the raw comic books, no graded books in this pile of this stack of comic books. So yeah, before I start this video, can you please subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed, click the notifications, like this video I'm about to do, share it, leave a comment. I'm on the road to 1,000 subs, so that's my goal for this year, is to get to 1,000, to join the 1,000 club. So yeah, alright, I will start this video right now. Hello YouTube. The comic book community, here is my top 50 books. Here's the first 20. So we have got this all new Wolverine variant. So this is signed by Tom Taylor. I met him about 5 years ago now and got him to sign this book. I really like this. It's like, I think this is Hulk 180 at the end of it. This is the splash page, but instead of Wolverine, they've taken an image of all new Wolverine of X23. So that is really cool book. So that's the first book. Then we've got X-Men Adventures #1, first appearance of Morph. I love this book. This was so hard for me to get. I've got it in a very high grade. Really found it hard to get this book. I got it a couple of years ago. I was super happy to get that book. We have got my X-Men #1. The reason why this is in the book, because it's signed by Jim Lee. I got this book many years ago. So yeah, I am super happy to have a signed Jim Lee book in my collection. Then we've got, this is one of my favourite covers of all time. It's a Jim Lee cover, and it's got the Black Widow, Captain America and Wolverine on the cover. Just love this book. Here's another one of my favourite covers. Look at Wolverine, Mark Silvestri cover. I just love this book. It's just a brilliant book, actually. I love Jack Kirby. This is why this book is in my list. I just really like this Jack Kirby Thor cover. It's just reeks of awesomeness, so that is why it is on my list of books. I had to put this in here because I've got a copy. And then we've got Brute Force #1. Just gotta love it. Look at that, it is brilliant. The old kangaroo in the background. So that's why this book is in my list. We have got a bit of Silver Age. We have got Fantastic Four 28. This is a crossover book. It's Kirby, Stan Lee, both two of their creations, both together in this book. I think it's got a lot going for it. I've said that before in other videos, but yeah, I just think it's an awesome book to have in your collection. So yep, that's why it's in the list. We have got New Mutants, the graphic novel #1, the first appearance of the New Mutants. This is my first pickup of this year. It was an amazing book. I actually found it very hard to find this book over here, so to get it, I am super happy to have that. I love Excalibur. This book does not get enough love. It should get more. Me and my mate Bob used to love these books when we were growing up. So I've got Excalibur, the graphic novel. This is the first appearance of Excalibur as a team, and it is a brilliant book. And while we're at it with Excalibur, I've got my Excalibur #1, but the reason why this book has made the list, I've got 2 copies. I've actually got 3 copies of this book. Is it's signed by Chris Claremont. Evangelion got me this book signed by Chris Claremont, so I am super happy to have this book signed. And I thought I'd just show you I have 2 newsstand and direct editions, so that is why that made the list. We have The Death of Elektra. I really like this Frank Miller book. It's just an awesome book, so yeah, that's why it made the list, The Death of Elektra. I picked this up 3 years ago for $2 at a con. Couldn't believe it. So I've always liked War Machine. It is a pretty awesome cover, and yeah, I really like that book. We have got Nova #1. Really like this book. Super happy to have it in my collection. This is a low grade copy, but it looks great in Mylar, so that is why I have that book in my top 50. We have Lethal Protector #1. I've got a really nice high grade copy of this. This is thank you very much to Ray Comics and Geekery, or Collectibles. I don't know what he calls himself now, but yeah, a good buddy of mine. I bought this off him a while ago, and this book's going up in price, but I am super happy to have a nice cover, a nice copy of it. Here's my all-time favourite Chrome comic from the 90s. I love it. X-Men Alpha. You know, the Age of Apocalypse is about to start in this, and it's a brilliant cover. Brilliant book. I love it. I love the story arc and everything that went with this book. So that is why this book made my list. Then we've got, this book is a wee bit harder to find, I believe. I have the second print gold edition of X-Men 2099 #1. I just love it. Look at it. That is an awesome book. So that's why it made the list. We have got X-Men #9. We've got some good Silver Age here. This is the first Avengers X-Men crossover. It is a great book. This is not a bad copy of this book, apart from the tape pull up there, but I love this book in my collection. That's why it made the list. And it's Kirby. Here's another Kirby book. We've got the first Mimic. I think this is the last Kirby Stan Lee X-Men book, to be honest. And look at it. Great cover. Great first appearance. It's got a lot going for it, this book. And the Mylar shining on my camera, I can see it. So yeah, great book to have. And then we've got the first appearance of the Banshee, Sean Cassidy. Another amazing book. So yeah, this is the first 20. I will stop this video and I'll start a new video very shortly. Hello. Now we've got the next stack of books. So this is this is a great Steranko cover, and you've got Polaris on the cover. It's also the first appearance of the big block X-Men writing. I love this book. I love the date stamp on it. It's just an awesome book. I'm super happy to have this copy, and I think the stamp on it gives it character, so that's why this book makes my list. We have got the first Vision. I just love this book. I actually won this back in the day and on YouTube in the comic book community, entering one of those competitions from Trilogy's Comic Corner. So yeah, I was pretty happy to win this book. super awesome book to have, and a Storenko cover. We have got the first Raven Mystique. This is an awesome book. Well, first fall appearance. First fall appearance. I like this book. Actually, I love this book. So, yeah, just a good wee key to have in your collection. You can still get that key as well. We have got the first Omega Red. This book has been heating up. I think it's cooled down a wee bit lately, but still, I need to upgrade. This is a pretty rough copy of it, but still happy to have this book in my collection. So yeah, that makes the list. We have got the first Apocalypse. This is an awesome book to have. Super happy to have. I've had this for years. X Factor is one of my favourite comic books. Yeah, just a cool book. Now here is a cool book. Here is a cool character. You know how they change characters. Look, and this is one that worked. Turning the Angel Warren Worthington III into a Horseman of Apocalypse as Death. Is an awesome cover. Walt Simonson is an awesome artist. It's a great cover. I just love this book. I love Fall of the Mutants, but I love this cover and this version of the character. Excellent book. We have got the first Jubilee. This is a cool book. I'm glad I've had this book for years. Well, I bought this from the stand back in the day, so this is the same copy. But yeah, first Jubilee. It's a great book. That book's been heating up lately. We have got the first full appearance of Alpha Flight. Another great book. Just love it. Love Alpha Flight. Love this era of the X-Men. It's got a lot going for it. That's why it makes the list. We have got the cameo of Gambit. But this one is signed by Arthur Adams. And he drew my favourite team are the New Zealand Warriors, a rugby league team. And he drew their insignia on the title for me. And I got this from Evan Geelong with help from Chiula's Comics. I think he was there as well that day. So yeah, super happy to have that book in my collection. Well, what we're talking about here is the first full appearance of Gambit. Yeah, I love this book. I've had this forever, this book. See, you can see. This is my original copy. I may upgrade to a better copy of this book at some stage. But yeah, super happy to have that book in my collection. Now, I've got 3 copies of this book, but I thought I would go with the gold second print copy because I just think it's pretty awesome. This is another book that's been heating up at the moment. But yeah, I just thought I'd go for the gold copy to show you. So, second print. So yeah, Bishop is an awesome character. Expect to see him soon. We've got another great cover. First appearance. We've got Dazzler. I just love this cover. This is an awesome book to have in your collection. And it's still not out of reach, this book. So yeah, pick it up if you can. So yeah, great book. Look at Cyclops there. Look at Jean Grey there. Or Phoenix. It's pretty awesome. We have got another book that's been rising in popularity lately is the first appearance of Kitty Pryde, the White Queen, Sebastian Shaw. Is there anybody else? Hellfire Club, is it? So, nice book to have in my collection. It's actually a nice high copy of it too, so may get that graded at some stage. Now we've got 2 of the most famous loved books. I just love these 2 books. Great story, one of the most famous story arcs ever. So we've got Days of Future Past Part 1. Beautiful book. I love it. Love this book. I may upgrade these 2 books as well. My ones are a bit beat up, but I love it. Love these books. Love that cover. Iconic cover. Both of them are iconic covers. So, one of the best stories ever. So the first appearance of Rachel Summers as well. Now this one here I got, was it last year, end of last year or early this year, I can't remember, but from Four Way Flashes Mike, we did a trade. I needed this book from a run, so I am super happy to have this book. Submariner on the cover, you just got it, it's a winner any day, every day, so that is why it made my list. Number 6, X-Men number 6. And we've got this book, Wolverine number 1, his first ongoing series. Well, this is the mini-series, but yeah. Solo Wolverine, Claremont, Frank Miller. It's got it. It's good. I love the cover. Iconic cover. It's just a good book to have in your collection. We have the First Person Master Mold, another Kirby Lee book. This is a super high grade copy of this book. I think this might get graded at some stage as well. Yeah, heating up this book. Another great book to have. And since I got that book, I might as well have this book as well. The First Sentinels. Iconic cover. Lot going for it. So yeah, that is why this book is in my collection as well. Some good X-Men Silver Age right there. So, right, last 10 books, but I actually made a stuff up. There's actually 11 books, so I'm going to go 51 books. Even though the thumbnail will say 50, there's actually 51 books here. So here is my copy of the first Juggernaut. I love the Juggernaut. I've got him up there as a Marvel Legend right in front of me. I'm looking at him, but I love this book. So my one's seen better days, but you've slapped that in a bit of a miler. It looks alright. It's got a good cool date stamp on it. But yeah, the first Juggernaut. It's a great book to have. Now we've got another cool book. This is the first Mr. Sinister. And this is So Much Fun ink version of it. It's still a first print as well. So it is a really cool book to have. And I've got a harder to find version of it. So I love that. That is a great book to have in my collection. We have got Miss Marvel, number 1. I just love this cover. I just love this book. I was able to pick this up a couple of years ago, really cheap, so I took it. I do go for low grade books. No, low grade's better than no grade. That's my saying. So that's why I have that book in my collection. We have got a nice copy of the first Beta Ray Bill. I really like this book. I just had to have it. So I got this from Arkham Comics in Auckland. So a great comic shop I deal with now and then. Very cool book to have in my collection. Great Walt Simonson book. So we have got the first Rogue and Madeline Pryor. Everybody goes on about Rogue, but this has actually got Madeline Pryor or Maddie Pryor in it. So I actually really like this book. I've had this for a number of years. It's a nice copy of it. So yeah, first Rogue. One of my favourite X-Men. Now we got this book. I got this off Captain Cold's Collectibles. A nice, really nice copy of She-Hulk number 1. I've wanted this book since I was a little kid. So I got a copy. I am super happy to have this book in my collection. So that's why that book is in my collection. We have got Secret Wars number 8. The first one of the first Black Suit books. I think there's 3 different books, isn't there? But yeah, I am happy to have this book in my collection. That's why it made my list. We have got the first appearance of Cable, Nathan Summers as Cable, the character as Cable. I love this book. I love the red cover with Rob Liefeld artwork on the cover of it. It's a brilliant book. Super happy to have this in my collection. Here we go. We've got some bigger books now. So we've got the first Phoenix. First appearance of Phoenix. What a great cover. I've had this for close to 30 years probably. I picked this up for a couple of dollars many years ago. So yeah, it had to be in my list of books. Right, we're getting down to the last 2. So we have got X-Men 94. this is a nice book. I am super happy to have this book, as this book is now getting expensive. So I have got a wee. I mean, it's not. It's I could. It's a low grade copy of it, but I still own it, and it displays quite nicely, I think. So that is why not X-Men 94 is on my list. And here is my number one pick. You've seen this book in my videos before, but this is now a big boy book. This is super, super expensive now. It's giant size X-Men annual number one. I've had this for about 10 years now, and I paid not much money for it. So I am super happy to own this book. So yeah. So that is why that book is in my collection. Now, thank you very much for watching this video. It was a pleasure to show my top 50 Marvel. Basically, they're all Marvel, I think. Most of them were Marvel. Top 50 Marvel books. Mostly were X-Men as well, and Keys. So it was a pleasure to show these books off. Yeah, so if you're not subscribed to my channel, give me a big sub. I'm on the road to 1,000 subs, so it would be cool if I reach my goal. Yeah, and thank you very much. Yeah, we'll catch you all later. Ka kite anō.